Paulsikins and Hansikins, welcome to the DeFi Crypto Alliance show where we're doing our best to bridge the gap between our fellow entrepreneur friends and the best damn crypto community around, Pulse Chain. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining in today. Happy Monday, super fun day. It's the beginning of the year. Hope you guys are out there crushing the year. Hope you wrote your January letters. If you guys don't know what that is, watch the last episode. I dive deep on exactly what a January letter is and how I'm going to be executing the new year. So, what is going on, guys? What's going on out there, man? I'm feeling good. I hit the gym this morning. Man, it's probably going to be my only show this week. I'm going to a mastermind this week. I'll be gone for 3 days, leaving tomorrow, day after tomorrow. But tomorrow I got to catch up on everything before I leave. So it'll be my only show this week. So I wanted to come in, touch base with you guys, see how everyone's doing, see how everyone's feeling. It seems like Pulse Chain's kind of holding ground here in these levels. Let's see if this is like the new local bottom. Hopefully we don't go any lower, but of course it could. Always, but it's looking good in this area right here. I'll go ahead and show the secret chart so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. But right now, it's looking like maybe we could end up creating market structure. You can see here the secret chart once again, as you guys know, if you're new here, it's pulse measured in ETH terms on the weekly line chart. Take the line chart, takes all the noise out of the chart, and you can see here it's bouncing off, this local low. This is a new low. So we're kind of in undiscovered territory as far as the lows are concerned. So there needs to be market structure that needs to form. We talk about this all the time on the show. We need to see market structure. We need to see this kind of come up a little bit and create a W with a higher low. Okay, so that's what we're waiting for. But look, it's flattened out and it's actually going up against ETH very so slightly. Let's see if it holds it, and let's see if it creates the market structure here. We're in the beginning of the year. People were done tax harvesting, so a lot of that downward pressure we saw in those last few days of the year was people like selling to take their loss so they can go and report that to their accountants and so forth. So let's see what happens. One of the influencers who I follow, I won't mention his name. He doesn't like to be talked about too much, but he is saying February is a time for Pulse Chain where things are really going to start like taking off and fireworks are going to start happening. Let's see if that comes to fruition. I have no idea, but we'll see. I'm in for the ride no matter what. Regardless, crypto is not my main thing. This is just an afterthought. It's the icing on the cake. My business is the main source of income and the main thing I do in my life. And my business is doing wonderful finally. We took a bit of a hit in 2025. It was a very slow year for us. And crypto sucked on top. So it was like the icing on the cake of everything sucking. But this year we're coming out swinging and we're doing awesome. So Pulse Chain's holding, 4015 almost. Like I said, it's been down in this area for a long time. Let's see if it holds these new lows. PulseX 4012. Once again, PulseX never really made a new low. It just kind of came down and touched the previous low. Same with Inc. And came down in that 50 cents something range, which it just kind of did a double bottom over the entirety of the price chart. It didn't make a new low. And the Hex, you can argue the same because Hex, we're still up probably like a 50x or 100x from the bottom from the original. Like, remember, Hex is a cycle 2 coin. So we can't really look at Hex and try to make a comparison, but we're still not in any new lows for Hex. We're kind of down in that area though. For this cycle, I guess you could call it a new low, but it's at 3/10 of a penny. Let's see if we can get back up to a half a penny, maybe even a penny again. Once it blasts through a penny again, that could be go time, right? That could be the time when it really starts taking off. So let's see. I don't know. It's all up in the air right now, but I like what's going on with the assets right now. They're just kind of holding their own. We're seeing some stability on the secret chart. We're measuring this against ETH because that's what we really care about. Of course, we need to see ETH season and ETH to really go before this stuff really gets important to us. And will it happen this year? I don't know. You tell me. Who knows? When old Mr. Jerome Powell's finally giving up his his money printer position, which he sucks at. I think that's May, if I'm not mistaken. They're probably going to put somebody in who's a little bit more money printer friendly. So I think we're going to see a good shift this year in the markets with crypto, with everything. Bitcoin, it's looking like it topped out in November. Maybe it hits a nice bottom somewhere in Q3. And I will be picking up a position in Bitcoin once we bottom. I want to be stabilizing my portfolio this time around with the big blue chip. I know I'm not going to get the 10, 20, 30, 50x gains. That's perfectly fine. It's just to take a position that has stability in the portfolio. So that way, the volatility of the altcoins, my favorite altcoins, Pulse Chain, Pulse X, Hex, all these things, that volatility will be dampened by the stability of Bitcoin. So that's the way I'm going to be playing this next cycle. Talked about that a little bit on the show before, but I'm going to be moving forward with that stability. I'm going to be adding a lot of Bitcoin into my portfolio in 2026 when I think we're close to some kind of bottoming from the November high. So other than that, I'm keeping my Pulse Chain assets, keeping my Hex assets, keeping my Richard Heart assets. I think they'll do fine once an altcoin season comes into play. And once we can get Ethereum to actually fucking do something. I mean, it hasn't done shit this cycle whatsoever, right? I mean, it came and made it touched the high from last cycle. That's all it did. Like, it was very, very weak for Ethereum this cycle. So it's because we did not see a money printer friendly environment, and we saw only an institutional only type Bitcoin cycle. So that's strictly why Ethereum did not go. Ethereum's more of a risk on asset than Bitcoin is. So we need ETH to go for altcoin season to come to fruition. And we need altcoin season for these prices to hold, because I promise you, as long as altcoin season is not here, anytime any money, big money gets injected into this ecosystem, it will only get sold off. That's it. It's a waste. So we need that more risk on environment in the macro. We need the business ISM above 52. We need, just a more money printer friendly environment. And like I said, I think we're going to see that before May, even before he's out, but at the worst case scenario, when he's out. Okay. So it could be a fun year. Strap in. But once again, don't make this your only plan to success. Make sure you have other ways to go out there, make money in the real world, and start a side hustle, right? Start a business, do something to create revenue in your life. So that way you're not dependent on markets and outside factors of making wealth for you and your family. Because once again, you're in charge of your future and your financial destination. If you put all your chips into crypto and only rely on that to take you to your financial destination, well, that's a recipe for wrecked. Okay. 120% of the time, if you're not out there making your own success and carving your own way in life, well, then absolutely you're going to fail, because this stuff is not reliable and we are only at the mercy of the money printer. And quite frankly, that sucks, right? That really sucks. And we want to be able to take our future into our own hands and be able to pave our way to success, okay? And you do that by being an entrepreneur, by going out there and starting a business and start earning money for you and your family, earning money for yourself and not working for somebody else. If you're working for somebody else, then you're working for somebody else's dreams. You're working for someone else's goals in life. You need to be working for your goals and your dreams in life, because we are the ones in our family to change the trajectory of our family tree, to break the chains and curse of mediocrity, to be able to go there and pave a new path of legacy wealth for generations to come. Because in every wealthy family, there's that one risk taker who went out there and did something huge to change the trajectory of their family tree and create legacy wealth and lock that in for generations to come. And that's who we are. That's who we are on this show, right? That's what we're here to do. We're here appointed by God to go out and do this for our family. We're the first ones in our family to be millionaires. We're the first one in our family to be entrepreneurs. Let's go out there and pave a new path for generations to come and be a role model for our children. That's the key. Okay. And then this crypto stuff, then it becomes a new point, right? Like it's like, all right, well, if it does great, oh my God, I got the little icing in the cake. I got some extra money because I did well. I got myself a 20, 30, 50x, whatever it may be. And then it doesn't matter because you're already making all this money on the side. And that's just more on top. That's it. And if it doesn't do well, you're perfectly fine. That's the whole key, guys. Go out there, start a business, make 2026 the best fucking year you possibly make it in your life, and don't rely on crypto to pave the path for you. Make crypto the afterthought. That's it. That's it. And have a lot of fun while you're doing it too, because what really matters, man, is having fun, creating memories with our loved ones. And, because when we go to meet our maker, when we go to meet the big man upstairs, like the only shit that matters is what we leave behind as far as experiences and memories. Yes, we can leave behind Lambos and mansions, and I've talked about this in the show so many times. But it's really what we experience with our loved ones. Those experiences and memories is what we leave behind. Okay, so keep that in the back of your head as you're going out there and you're paving a path for freedom for you and your family. Freedom, time freedom, right? That's what we're really after, and you can do that by being an entrepreneur. Okay, going out there and creating a business. And that's how you can carve your time freedom out. And then if crypto does great, fantastic. And it could. I think it could this year. I think this year, it's looking strong, right? There's a lot of factors lining up that are saying that probably this is the year, unless good old Mr. Trump just wants to completely strike out. I don't think that's going to happen, and I think he's in this to win. He's got a bigger ego than Richard Hart, and I think as far as markets and economy as a whole, he needs that to soar. He needs that to go to the moon. So we'll see what happens. So 44 of you guys watching today. We got 28 over on Twitter. That's great. Give me a retweet if you guys like this content. And if you're on YouTube, great. Smash the like, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification. It helps the algorithm a lot. There's 16 of you guys watching on there. Let's effing go. Send the show to the moon. We're going to be here during Bulls and Bears all the way through and talking about what I do. This is never financial advice. This is just my thought processes. This is never physical advice. This is never mental advice, spiritual advice. You do what I want. You do whatever you want with your life. I just tell you what I do with mine. That's all it is. And I come in here and I express myself. And some of you guys like that stuff and some of you guys don't. Don't matter, right? Don't matter. Don't subscribe if you don't like it. But if you like it, hit subscribe. The statistics say that 50% of you guys who watch my show don't subscribe. Come on, man. Push the bell notification. I promise not to flood your inbox like Sami. Hey, I love Sami. But go ahead and hit that bell notification. It helps out the algorithm a whole shit ton. And I could keep bringing the good word of cryptocurrency as a wealth creation tool and, other real world assets like real estate, business opportunities, oil and gas as a wealth preservation tool. And they work great in that regard, right? I actually have a syndication coming up that I'm due on that I'm getting a pretty good chunk of change back. I was in the syndication for 5 years, and it was getting a 20% IRR while I was in this syndication. Think about that, 20%. That's like, crypto gains with like yield farming, right? If you're yield farming and you're making 20% APY, that's basically what I was making on that chunk of money that I had with this company. And this indication, they're finally coming due on it, and I'll be getting that money here probably towards the end of January, maybe beginning of February, and I'm going to be looking to buy the Bitcoin bottom with that particular chunk of change. So we'll see what happens when that happens. I will let you guys know. I always let you guys know what I'm doing. Once again, it's not financial advice. It's just what I'm doing with my money and my thought processes. So that's it. And also, guys, if you don't want to pay any taxes, if you don't like three-letter agencies, www.defiwealthtrust.com. Go there. And it's a trust where you can sell any assets. Most of you guys know about this trust, but I haven't talked about it in a long time on the show. So literally you can sell crypto, go into real estate, or maybe you want to sell crypto and go invest in a business or a syndication of some sort. You could do that all tax deferred. Maybe you want to sell that syndication and then go back in and buy the Bitcoin bottom. You could do it tax deferred. You don't pay any taxes to the three-letter agencies. So that's a best way to be able to take your money and let it grow all tax deferred, because otherwise you get hit with 30 to 40%, depending on what state you live in. Penalties every time you sell and you go into a different asset. This way, you just keep your money growing for you and compounding on top of each other until you're ready to take profits, which is where you like say, hey, I want to go out and buy that new Corvette. Then you take 200 grand out of the trust, hits your bank account, then you pay the tax on that 200 grand. That's it. That's it. Very simple, easy trust. You can hand the trust down to your kids. So that way, maybe when you pass, you want to hand someone down some legacy wealth to them. Well, that's a great way of doing it. It's, you hand out your kids, and in that way, they have that tax deferred vehicle and all the assets growing. And that's a great way to take care of your kids and loved ones, right? Plus, if you ever get sued, the trust is very impenetrable. Is that the word? It's very hard for them to get into the trust and take your assets if you're ever to be sued. So it's a great way to protect your assets from a lawsuit, because it's a different entity that holds the assets than you as the person. And it's just a good way to protect your assets as you're going through life, because shit happens. So once again, www.DeFiWealthTrust is in the description of the show notes. And let's check in with you guys, see how you guys are doing. Like I said, this is going to be the only show this week. I'll be at a mastermind for the rest of the week, and then I'll be back next week, obviously, and going live. And I think the HEX conference is going on this week. So maybe go over there, support those guys. If you guys see some speakers who you resonate with, go support them. I would go and I would be on it, but I'm going to be too busy this week to be on the HEX conference. So I won't be able to attend, but I'll be watching when I have free time. So what's going on with you guys? Not a lot of you guys in the chat today. What's going on, man? You guys are all burnt out from the new year. Hopefully you're not too hungover. D Nice, what's man? Let's go. Happy New Year, bro. Happy New Year to you too, man, and your family. Go out there, crush the year. Make it the best possible year that you've ever had in your entire life. 2026 is going to be freaking awesome, bro. It's going to be amazing. I am pumped. We came out swinging hard, and we're making a bunch of money, and we're going to continue that flow and that momentum all through the effing year. That is the key. So I hope you're doing the same. I know you're big into the health. Keep working on that, man. Keep crushing it there. I'm all sore right now from the gym, man. I hit it hard the last few days. I was sick before that, so I took some few days off from the gym. That shit sucked. When I came back, man, I am sore as hell. It feels good, though. Feels good. Only 17 watching. It must be the bottom. 17 on YouTube. We got 38. So there's 20 on YouTube, and we got 38 on Twitter. So, man, you'll see what happens, man. I get a lot of rewatches throughout the day. But, yeah, man, I mean, the sentiment is the lowest it's ever been. In fact, when you log on to Twitter right now, I don't see you see some of the lowest me guys and some of the Misery Loves Company guys on there. There's a few of them on there that talk on all the shit and FUD like they always do. But other than that, man, there's nothing. It's just crickets. My feed's full of health stuff and cars, and because the algorithm is just showing me what it wants me to see, or what it knows what I like, because there's no content from any of you guys. None of you guys are posting anything. It's nuts. So that's how you know we're in a bottom area, is that there's just no sentiment whatsoever. It's nuts, man. It'll be interesting to see what the HEX conference, as far as attendees and people watching, what that looks like. Just we're in this bottom area. Yeah, it's interesting, man. But yeah, it's definitely showing on X. Yeah, Chad 65. Hit the likes. Come on, hit the likes. Boost the algorithm just a little bit. Help us out here on this show. We don't go live much, so we need all the help we can possibly get. And hit that bell notification. Come on, guys, help us out here. Valpier, what's up, man? How we doing? Or lady, I don't know. I hate that we use the handles now. I don't know who any of you guys are anymore. Shit. Good morning, crew. First win with your own business, then second win with crypto. That's the way to play the fucking game. You hit the nail on the head. Fuck, man. Don't rely on outside circumstances to determine your fate in life. Holy shit. It's just God, perfect. I'm glad somebody gets it. 2026, win 100%, no matter what. That's it. Make crypto the icing on the cake. That's it, guys. That's it. That's how you fucking win. That's how, no matter what, happens, you're going to come out on top, and you're risk adverse because it doesn't matter, because you're not all in and reliant on this to make or break you in life. This is how we see the sad stories of people committing suicide, and that's how people end up lowest me on Twitter. And it's like, fuck, man, like, God, just go out there and create value in the world and grow as a person and create a business. And oh my God, and then play with crypto as an afterthought. And if it does great, well then shit, then we'll have twice a good year, right? Instead of only our business. So I'm still buying, not complaining. Yeah, I might do a little DCA this month since we're having a great month. We'll see. We're still in these great buy zones. I mean, could it go lower? Yeah, but it seems like we're starting to create a little bit of market structure. Like I was showing you guys earlier in the secret chart. If that holds against ETH and that market structure starts to form, well, shit. I mean, then that means this is the buy zone. This is where you should start loading your bags up and getting ready, even though it might not take off for a few more months, but it can slowly grind, right, up to new levels, and you can kind of miss this area. Great area to buy Hex in, great area to buy Pulse in, PulseX, all of it, if you want a seat at the table. Hey, if you don't want a seat at the table, that's perfectly fine too. Don't buy it, right? Because if you can't take responsibility of your own actions, then don't fucking do it. Just don't fucking do it, right? Crypto's for a certain breed, man. It's not for everybody. And that is very obvious when you look on Twitter. Shit. Hey, Mr. Chaos, what up, bro, man? Love to have you back on the show. I think I said that last week. Let's chat soon and have you back on the show. This is the only show I'm doing this week, so maybe next week we'll have you come back on. It'll be a lot of fun to chit-chat with you again, man. He said, FUD fatigue is also real, dude. It is. Like, seriously, you got the professional woe is me guys and Miserless Company guys on there who just, like, their lives are so fucking miserable. They want everyone else to be miserable with them. So you have a few of those guys still left on Twitter, but most guys, man, are just gone. It is crazy. They're just gone. And it's like that bottom signal. Probably. I mean, we're definitely closer to the bottom now than we've ever been, right? It's like, this is fucking it. I don't know, right? Don't take my advice for it. What the fuck do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet who comes on here and speaks his freaking mind. That's all I do. That's all I got. Come on here and I just throw up all over you guys. And some of it comes true and some of it doesn't. And some of it's good stuff and some of it's not. So I don't know. But dude, seriously, FUD fatigue is real. You can see it. You can absolutely see it. Chad 6865 will be rewarded 6 months from now. Very true, man. It's funny you say that because 6 months from now is when, Mr. Jerome Powell will get the fuck out. Too late, pal, like Donald likes to call him. Too late, pal, will be gone. And if you ask me, they're probably going to put somebody in who's a lot more money printer friendly. Dude, that's really what it comes down to. That is why we haven't seen an altcoin season this cycle. Strictly because of the money printer and because of business ISM. There is no money in the economy. There's just nothing there. So what are people going to use to gamble with? Just nothing there. STM, let's go. Chat 6865, absolutely. Looks like Bitcoin likes Venezuelan oil. Yeah, it looks like a lot more Bitcoin likes Venezuelan oil. Man, I saw that over the news, man. It was like a 2-hour takeover. Fucking nuts, bro. Well, let's see how all that comes out. It's interesting stuff. Justin French, what's going on, my man? How you doing? Pumping some iron, I hope. Putting the biceps in the chat. I love it. Hey, still room for a couple hundred people to own 1 million hex. Dude, seriously, dude. And it's so fucking easy to own 1 million hex right now. What is it, $2,300? That's for PHEX. Like, it's probably what is EHEX, man? I want to own 1 million EHEX right now. Man, it's fucking $930. Dude, that right? Guys, it's $900 to own 1 million EHEX. It's not even $1,000. I don't know. Do what you want with your money, but I like that. I like that. Only if you still like these assets. Maybe you don't like these assets. Go buy Bitcoin, go buy Ethereum. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Just don't stick around here and be a woe is me guy. But if you still like these things, $900 for a million hex, shit, dude. A lot of people can get a million hex right now. Now, if everyone goes and rushes in and tries to buy a million hex all at once, that's not going to work, of course, because the liquidity wouldn't support it. But definitely a lot of people could still go in there and get a million EHEX or PHEX, or maybe buy a million of both. Who knows? Like at that price, you could do it. $2,300 of PHEX and then $900 of EHEX. You got 2 million hex. Yeah, it's crazy. Asset Thunder, what's going on, man? How we doing, brother? Thanks for showing up on this beautiful Monday. We can't appreciate the good times without going through the bad times, man. One of my favorite mentors in business is Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn, man, he's just got some amazing concepts when it comes to business and life in general is growing as a person. And one of his favorite sayings is like, for every winter, there's a summer, and for every summer, there's a winter. And it's just part of life, no matter what. And I experienced that last year, not just in crypto, but in business. We went through a pretty serious winter. Like, we didn't pay ourselves all year. It was brutal. And that was a pretty brutal winter, but we had a great summer before that. So 2024, we crushed it. Made millions of dollars in 2024. Absolutely crushed it. And then 25 came, got crushed. Got crushed. And then now we're coming out in 26 swinging and we're doing well already in 26. And so it's looking like we're going going to crush 26. And every winter has a summer. Every summer has a winter. And, and markets work the same way. My camera's blurry. I don't know why it's not doing. There we go. Get the focus. But markets work the same way. It's just we don't have control over the markets, where in business, it's usually stuff that we can control. And there's things we could tweak to make your business start working again. We went through a lot of learning lessons. Everything we did as far as like failing in business last year and not making money was completely 100% our fault. You don't see me pointing the finger and blaming other people or blaming even the Fed for not printing money. No, there was things that we needed to work on and do to get the business to the next level and to get it operating again. It took a lot of work, took a lot of trial and error, and it sucked. Yeah. But it was a winner. It was a winner, and it was a learning lesson. And now the summer's here. So every winter is a summer. Every summer is a winter. Just the way. That's just life, man. Welcome to life. It's just how it goes, man. So it's all the way it's supposed to be, man. It was $500,000 at the last top. I know shit, dude. Could give you an idea, maybe what it could be worth again. I don't know. Not financial advice. Who fucking knows what it could be worth? But these things tend to retrace sometimes. I don't know. I know. Real talk. Seriously. It could be. You do what you want with that information. If you want to own a couple million hex, great. I own more than a couple million myself. I own a few million of each. A few million of each. I'm a guy. Thanks, Valpier. Your stupid handle there. I don't know if it's Valerie, Valpier. Man, I hate it. So I don't know who's who anymore. I used to know all you guys by name in the chat because I didn't use the freaking handles. Now that the handles are here, I don't know why they do that. It's freaking nuts. I'm working on my first day of teaching English online, then crypto at second place, so I win no matter what. I love that. Yeah, that's perfect. You could actually, if you get good at that, you can go to Asia and you can travel all over Asia teaching English. I know a few people who do that have done really well, and they get to travel all over Asia, right? Experience that culture. So it's a great way to make money and travel, and not just Asia, like a lot of different countries. So if that's something that you're interested in. Gotta run. Good talking to you guys. Gotta love work. More dollars to put in. Take care. Chad, it's good to see you. Thank you for coming by. We appreciate it. And we're going to keep bringing the good word all year long. We're here. Hopefully you wrote your January letter like we talked about last year. Get your goals on paper and read them every single day. Apocalypse 1590. We believe. Absolutely, we believe, man. I mean, it's just a matter of time. Every winter there's a summer. Every summer there's a winter. It's just the way this shit works, man. And we've had a long winter when it comes to altcoins in this part of the market. It's been a very long winter. Does that mean we'll get a better summer? I don't know. It's interesting. Maybe. So either way, I like what the charts are telling me. I like what Pulse is doing against ETH. If we can hold this structure and create market structure here and create that W on the weekly with a higher low and just start coasting sideways, well then fuck, bro. That's it. That's it. DCA. That's your time of DCA. That's your like warning sign. Hey, something's coming soon. And it's just a matter of time. Every winter followed by summer, every summer followed by winter. We've had a long fucking winter, guys. The summer is coming. When? I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's when old Mr. Jerome Powell in May takes his leave. Could be the time. Or maybe it's before that. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Oh, man, look at this guy. What up, Fast Abdul? How you doing? You're here for the tech. You're here for the tech. I'm here for the gains. You build the tech. I make the gains. I know I'm getting the gains sooner or later, my friend. When? Fuck, I don't know. Who knows? I'm here for it no matter what. And I just keep working on my business in the meantime. That's it. This shit doesn't get to me at all. In fact, I hardly ever look at the price charts. I looked at the secret chart today just because I knew it was going to be streaming. So I get on here, I look at the secret chart. That way I could talk to you guys about it. Other than that, I don't fucking look at the shit. I just go on my life. I build on my business. We make money in the real world. And when this shit finally takes off, fuck it. We'll talk about it then, and we'll have a party, right? We'll celebrate. We'll all get together and have a good time. So, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Like I said, it's probably my only show this week. Maybe I pop in one more time. Probably not, though. At the very least, next week we'll be doing a show. I'll be back to normal. I got a mastermind I got to go to, and that's a 3-day event. And guess what I talk to about there? I talk about investing, crypto, real estate, all this shit, right? Like that's what we talk about. And we're going to talk about a lot of great things at this mastermind. And I'm excited to onboard more entrepreneurs into this world. So that's what we believe in, man. That's what we do. 83 of you guys watching, 53 over on Twitter. Once again, give me a retweet if you like the content, and smash the like, hit the subscribe over on YouTube. Helps the algorithm, boost this shit to the stratosphere. Guys, go watch the HES conference. Support your favorite streamers over there. I won't be on there this week, unfortunately, but it should be a lot of fun. And guys, remember, go out there and create value in this world. That way, that value returns to you, aka money, and then you can put it into crypto, and that's how you 100x your effing life. There's the secret sauce, and that way you could be the one in your family to change the trajectory of your family tree, to get rid of mediocrity, the curse of the 401k, all those things that we have to rely upon, or we were taught to rely upon in our life. Get rid of that shit, not only for you, but for generations to come, man. That is the secret sauce, okay? And in the meantime, if you don't want to pay any taxes, my only shield that I got is a DeFi Wealth Trust, www.defiwealthtrust.com. Get on there, book a call with Chris. It's completely fucking free. What more you want? It's free. Even to create the trust, it's free. So you can create it, have it ready for you, or have them create what's called a shell trust. If he's like, hey, your portfolio is not quite big enough yet, just say, hey, I want a shell trust. Corey said, give me a shell trust. And then they'll go, okay, we'll put a shell trust on the side for you. And then that way, when you're ready, you just call them up and say, hey, man, initiate the trust. I want to sell my assets into it. Boom. That's it. It's fucking easy, guys. Don't got to be hard. Don't overthink it, right? In the meantime, create value for your fellow man, fellow woman, and then use crypto as an afterthought, the icing on the cake. And that's how you're going to make it 2026. I think we're going to do great. It's going to be a great year. I'm super excited. And hopefully we'll be celebrating with all you guys in person when this shit finally takes off. So, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much. And I will see you next week at the release. Peace.